I'm not ashamed to admit, like, called up my old therapist. I'm like, it's time to fire up those weekly sessions again. And then it was just grief, man. There's a lot of grief. There's definitely grieving, mourning. I mean, it's grief.
Who will today depart from this world?
I have felt like that there's been a straw man created of me that then was burned in effigy a million billion times over.
Let me not undergo the real pains of hell, dear God, because I die unshriven.
And it's just been burned. It's just a creation of me that's not me, that's been burned, and people pointing and laughing at.
How to get burned? How to get burned? How to get burned? I don't know.
Burn. I delete, I block. People called it the Jack attack or the porn incident. There were a number of different things.
There's a lot of memes. It was very memeable, man.
People taking glee in the destruction of another human being, right? Like, dancing around and like making videos and cheering and being, yeah, look at, he's ruined. Look at him burn. It's amazing. Ah, they were all so excited about it. It is a well-documented historical phenomenon that's happened all throughout time where people will just pick somebody and whether they're guilty or not, just burn them at the stake.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and over the Easter weekend, I finally had enough time to really absorb the over 1 hour interview that could only be described as absolute copium, featuring internet meme Jack Murphy that featured great lines of humble brags saying that, well, I was trending #1 in the world on Twitter over my memes, and the incredible assertion that he was in fact responsible for Tim Pool's success. Perhaps he just worded it incorrectly. Perhaps Jack Murphy really was trying to be humble. It just came out really bizarre. He also spoke of the scores of members of the Criminal Order who had become wild successes after paying him just $100 a month. And some of these whoppers that he told in this interview can only be described as absolute pure amazingness. The meme quality, the mimetic value of this interview is an all-time high, AAA rating. And even my loyal sponsor, which lets me put them in whatever the heck videos I want, Meta PCs, would agree. Check this out. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Meta PCs. Look, you've been around, you know that I've been talking about Meta PCs for a very long time. In fact, it's the primary computer I use. But it's not just because they're a sponsor. It's for so many more reasons. They have fully customizable, configurable PCs and all the hardest to find parts in stock and ready to go. They also have ready to ship PCs ready for you today. Here's a couple reasons why I like Meta PCs. First and foremost, it's veteran ownership. Meta PCs is a veteran-owned business. One of Meta's owners has served both in Afghanistan and Iraq and received a Purple Heart for his service. Meta also employs military veterans in Meta's operations center and also provides systems to veterans going back to school to help them re-enter the workforce all across the United States. They offer financing. It has 100% US-based sales and support. And when you receive your PC, it's ready to go right out of the box. You don't have to get complicated and set things up. You just plug it all in and you're ready to rock. And on top of that, Meta PCs is offering you, my viewer, a huge discount when you use the link in the description or you use promo code TheQuartering. If you use my code at checkout, not only do you save money, but you support my content and a company that will not bow to cancel culture. So maybe you're not ready to pick up a new computer today, but when you are, remember to go to metapcs.com and use promo code TheQuartering to support me and to save money. It's not just for gamers, and obviously I know not everyone's ready to run right out and buy an expensive, invest a bunch of money in a new computer, but Meta stands by me, and so when you're ready, make sure you use my promo code TheQuartering, and you'll save money. And you'll support the channel, and you'll support a cool company that doesn't police their ambassadors. Now, I want to start with maybe my favorite clip, a 42-second clip, which was sent in to me by at Riminal Order. That really Tim Pool owes Jack Murphy. Jack Murphy made Tim Pool. Well, I mean, some people could see it that way. Let's take a look at the clip.
You know, okay, you got to decide. You got to separate between what did I put out into the universe, what was I intending to do, and what was in the forethought of my thinking.
He says a lot of words, but they don't really mean anything. It's like it's a literal definition of word salad, but I digress.
What happened, and I wasn't expecting, was that, you know, I was the first podcast guest on Tim Pool's IRL, like his nighttime show. I was the very first guest he ever had. And that was back in 2019. And he just kept saying, hey, you know, you want to come back? Sure, I'll come back. And as I kept going back, his show just exploded, right? It just went from being...
Wow. I mean, I assume Tim Pool's going to have to write Jack Murphy a check. Definitely not the other way around, where Jack Murphy was, in my opinion, able to swindle nearly 800 of Tim Pool's viewers into paying him $100 a month to tell them how to be a man. Pretty bold statement.
Tim Pool, the guy who talks about the news having a podcast he's trying out at night, to being Tim Pool.
He's acting like Tim Pool. Oh my God. He's acting like Tim Pool didn't already have like 1 million subscribers at this time. Tim was already a household name on the internet when he started his podcast. Tim already had, I'm going to guess, at least 750,000, maybe more subscribers when he started IRL. Okay. He didn't just start this podcast. Jack Murphy was on it once a week. It suddenly grew into 40,000 viewers a night.
Bigger than CNN.
Tim Pool was bigger than CNN before Jack Murphy. Tim Pool is still bigger than CNN. My channel's bigger than CNN. CNN Plus gets 10,000 viewers. Their little dedicated app. I'll have 600,000 or 700,000 viewers today. And that just depends on how many videos I want to put out. CNN is on the air all day long, every day. Now that's one heck of a whopper. But that's not even, that's just the beginning. I took some of my favorite notes. At this timestamp, Jack Murphy claims he has absolutely nothing, he regrets nothing.
Like an artifact of me out there that's not me.
Hold on a second. I don't want to, I had him sped up, but let's get back here. I have nothing to regret. This was at like the 40. Oh, wait, I have the timestamps here. 34. Here's where he makes a stunning admission. He admits that he had already tried to hide his spicy content. That he knew it was a problem. That he didn't want you to find it. Even though he pretends now that it was all okay and that he's proud of it. Here he admits at 34 minutes that he had already gone through and did DMCA takedowns and all this kind of stuff of his old 69 for 69 content.
I tried to clean up some of my history, and I thought I had done a decent job, but I guess I hadn't. Things were stored in Russian BitTorrents and in places that this is what people are telling me, that I just had no idea.
Oh, no, Jack. You knew where it was stored because when I posted it, you struck it down. And you submitted, moments after, DMCA takedown notices of all the websites where Big Boy Beard 50, Big Bearded Bro 50 or whatever, had starred in some interesting cinematography. So yes, you knew where it was. You had just missed one. But more importantly, being a man, taking accountability and all these things, I guess means scrubbing your past and not addressing it. And then when it gets brought up, trying to get people fired from their jobs and striking, trying to get my Twitter account taken down and participating in some sort of rainbow warfare in your secret liminal order chat group, even though everyone was sending me screenshots of all the things you were saying? When you threatened to sue me? I thought you were all okay with all that stuff, Jack.
To even look. No idea. All the casual searching, your regular Google searches, 20 pages deep, whatever. I thought I had done a pretty good job because I realized I had gone from one universe to the next.
You mean you knew you were going from your brand, your liberal leftist Democrat brand, to brand yourself as a quote unquote deplorable, as you say. It's a literal admission to the grift. You're saying, oh yeah, this used to be cool. I used to go on podcasts and tell people how I piss all over my wife. You did that. And then the weirdo on the other end of the podcast was getting all moist over it. And you were laughing and you were getting into it. Then you realized you could make money pretending to be this alpha giga chad. And so what did you do? You went and you deleted all that stuff. You didn't embrace it. You didn't present to your viewers that you had changed and grown. No, you hid it.
And I didn't know that I was gonna. Nobody told me I was gonna be like famous, right?
Nobody told Jack Murphy he was going to be famous.
Nobody told me I would walk down the street in any city in America and have somebody walk up to me and be like, hey, you Jack Murphy. Walk
any city in America. This guy, are you hearing, Jack Murphy? This guy is so popular. He is so widely known. He can go to any city in America and people are like, are you Jack Murphy? Now, that may be true right now, after the internet memetically destroyed his career by his own decisions.
Walking on the trails of Bryce Canyon with my kids. You know what I mean? Like crazy.
Yeah, he's just so popular. Everybody knew Jack Murphy. Everyone, all the men wanted to be him and all the women wanted to be with Jack Murphy.
I had no idea. And I did know in the back of my mind, you know, it was always kind of lingering. Like, okay, there's a bomb.
Yeah. You mean people are going to figure out that you're a fraud? Now, this video is an hour and a half long. And again, all respect to Benjamin Boyce for doing the interview. It's probably the only way Jack would have ever did an interview. And listen, Jack, I would offer you an option if you want to come on my channel and discuss this stuff. An open and honest discussion. I will agree to never, ever, ever make another video about you. That's a pretty good offer, right? You come on, you give me 30 minutes to discuss this stuff. No lying, no baloney sausage, okay? And I'll never cover your story ever again. I think that's not like I doubt I'll make any videos any other way. I'm not even saying I will for sure ever make another video about Jack Murphy. I probably won't. I'd rather not. But I do think that it's fair that I offer Jack a chance to answer for his actions on the platform that has been very critical of him. I think as a man, I should at least make that offer. I would think, right? Give him a chance to answer. Maybe I'm misunderstanding him. Maybe he didn't say that he literally made Tim Pool. Come on, 30 minutes. You literally have nothing to lose. You could probably turn a couple people's opinions. You see, there are some positive comments. It's not his fault for doing all these things. It's everyone else's fault for finding out. Nah, dude, you self-destructed and it was fun to watch. Jack Murphy's losing all of his stuff at Sydney and then being outed as a complete phony was a terrific holiday diversion. He's truly entertaining, not just quite in the way he thinks. And to hear this name-dropping fraud cite Rene Girard, a man he's far too stupid to understand, this is somebody else's word, not mine, is also quite amusing. I know you're a nice guy. I know your nice guy persona doesn't really let you push Benjamin. Oh, it doesn't let you push Benjamin. You came close to abetting him in his quest to set up as a Christian, which is what he's trying to do, by the way. That's what he's been working towards, is to set himself up as a martyr. And then he's also said, hey, if you don't forgive me, you're not a Christian. The way he speaks, he is a marketer, a snake oil salesman. He will forever be ridiculed, heartfelt. The lack of self-awareness in this clip alone is unreal, another person writes. A tiny percentage of people doxed him, and what, 99% of people just had an issue with the way he treated Sydney. The memes were just a vehicle to make fun of him after he doubled down and refused to take any responsibility. His appearance on Timcast was not taking responsibility, it was just disguising excuses. Is there a world where Jack Murphy can be redeemed? The only way that could ever happen is if he reveals his true self and convinces people that that's it. Until he does that, people are just gonna not be a part of it. Remember, guys, he's a Christian, and if you don't forgive him, you're not one. He literally did write that on his website a couple weeks ago. It's been absolutely amazing to watch. This will be the last I say about Jack for a very long time. I hope that he wants to come on and chat. I feel like, again, it'd be fair that I give him a chance to respond to me directly about the things I've said. And if he doesn't want to, that's okay too. He doesn't owe me anything. I hope you enjoyed this video, though. Make sure to when you're ready to pick up your computer, you head on over to metapcs.com and use code TheQuartering.